Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome in. Good afternoon. It's here, or good morning, wherever you may be. Thanks for coming in today. Hope everyone's having a great Monday so far. I know I am. Hey, Stacy, welcome in. Hey, Kingsbury Crafts, welcome in. Thanks for being here. I'll wait another minute or so. Good morning, Mary Brown. Welcome in. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever it may be for you. It's afternoon here. I'm Eastern Standard Time. I hope everyone's having a good day. So far, so good. My kids went back to school all day. So Friday, they were on a delay for 3 hours. They were out of school for 9 days. So yeah. So I'm glad they are back in school. It's supposed to be really pretty this week. I think tomorrow is supposed to be the high 67, 68. So, hey, Nikki. Oh, okay. 9:30 here, West Coast. Okay. I'm on the East Coast. So, okay. Yeah, we love Tennessee. We're going to Tennessee in March. My daughter does clogging. Y'all, I don't know if I could adjust living in the East Coast. I've lived on the East Coast all my life. I mean, I probably could if I had to, but I like we like to go to the mountains in Tennessee and the beach here in North Carolina and South Carolina. So, hey, Jesse, welcome in. So, and hello to everybody in the bushes. I know we have some that's works in the bushes and some of them that are at work and not able to get on, but welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining. If you've not, please hit the like and subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. So y'all have to help me refresh my memory because it's been a while, it seems like. I don't think it was last week, but the week before, I hopped on live like in the evening and started to rack quilts because I had all this fall material that I needed to get gone, or not gone, but move. So I have been organizing my little craft cabinet. So it's slowly getting there. But I'll show you. This is what I started working on. My little rack quilt. Y'all remember this? Where I had 42 12 by 12s, 100% cotton on the back, and then I've got flannel on the back. And like I said, I did 10 by 10 squares. And I sewed an X on them. And then we just sewed these together. Well, I've got 3 more rows that we need to sew onto this quilt. So what I did was, instead of folding them, let me get this out of the way because I don't need that just yet. So instead of it folding them face to face, you fold them back to back, and I sewed almost an inch seam. And then you open it up, and then you want to press your seams open. And I did, y'all, I did press these seams. I did. So, but yeah. Let me grab something real quick. And y'all, I had to run to town to get a thing. And I bought something at Hobby Lobby. I bought 2 things at Hobby Lobby. So I'll show you. Let me grab my phone real quick. Okay. Sorry about that. So the first thing is I got some Happy Mail. Yay! I love Happy Mail. I don't get it much, but I got it. So yes. I got something back in December and I forgot to show it, but I can show it now. Okay. And I'm sure some of y'all probably ain't gonna be surprised, because if you know me what I like. So the first thing that I got back in December was this little, look y'all, little pouch. Hey, Miss Linda, welcome in. Somebody made this for me. And I've got my phone charger, portable charger. I got my cord. They even made me a little lipstick holder. And then I've got my ibuprofen and my other medicine. So yeah. So this can be like a little makeup bag or whatever. So it's in my pocketbook. But this is the first thing that I got back in December, my Happy Mail. Who did this? My little friend. My little friend made me this. Very nice. Y'all, it gets better. So it was Saturday. I received something else from a little friend. Can anybody guess what it is? Here's a hint. It's a cow bag. Woo, y'all. I've been carrying this the past 2 days. Sure have. Look, they even sewed around it. And it's even got a pocket in the middle. A little cow print pocket. The inside of it is black, which I love. And then here's my little pocket. But yes, I love it, y'all. So what I did was I've had this and I put this inside my purse. So now I got everything cow so far. They do really like me. They really do. They know what I like. So I was telling y'all I had to run to Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to try to make a clogging skirt for my daughter. Well, I'm going to try because I may be making it for the whole team. And so the fabric that I got is I let my daughter pick it out because she was in school when I was just sending her. Okay, Lena, sounds good. So this is the fabric that I got to try to do the clogging skirt. It's just a floral. It's pink. She would rather it had been like teal flowers, but at Hobby Lobby they didn't have that. So yeah, so that's that. I got 2 yards. It's probably gonna be too much, but that's okay. And then I was walking by And a friend of ours has a little girl that we're going to the beach with, and she loves Bluey. Y'all know Bluey. If you don't, I'm getting ready to show who Bluey is. It's a kid's, but it's a Bluey cup, and they had them on sale, like half price. So I got her one. I got her little Bluey cup, which I thought was precious. All right, and one more thing. So I love the diamond arts paintings. They're really simple. I've been working on one for about probably 2 years now. And for my husband, this one, I'm not finished, but I'm getting there. But that's the diamond art. Is they're little stones, and it's sticky on it, and you just put them on there. Y'all, oh my gosh, I could have went in heaven. Well, I was in heaven. So I was going around my little area, and look what I found. Thank you, Jesse. I found a cow. Yay! I'm so excited, y'all. Look how cute this cow is going to be. This is what it's supposed to look like when I get done. See, it's got the brown for its little down here, then it's black and white, and then it's got looks like a little pink. Y'all, I am super excited. And it's originally $3.99, but it's 40% off. So yes. So I'll show you once I get done with it. But this is the before. You see how it's got like numbers on it? And then they give you a pack back here, and then with numbers on it, like this says 10 and 11. So you'd open them, and then you would go on here and find 10 and 11, and that's where you'd put it. Like you do one at a time. But y'all, I am so happy. Thanks, everybody. I know I probably shouldn't get this happy for cows, but y'all, I can't help it. If you know me, you know me, right? Okay, so that's all that I have to show right now. So, who's ready to get started on finishing this quilt? I know I'm ready to get it done. And this is very nasty. Like, it's very messy. Not nasty, but it's very messy. Who sent all this Happy Mail? Well, just the bag and the little zipper pouch I got. I bought the cow and bought the fabric today. I don't know if this person wants me to say. I'll have to ask the person if they want me to mention it. But it wasn't you, Stacy. Well, you didn't send me no cow stuff. I'm just kidding. Miss Kanaya did. Miss Angie. She said it. I did it because I love you. So, thank you, Miss Kanaya, Miss Angie. Y'all, I'm always a good girl. All right. So, let's get started. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm always good. Yes, I thought it was very sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, so what we're going to do is, and I'm going to adjust the sewing machine, and I'll show you. And I already had and clip this because last time it took me forever to clip this whole thing. And I said, this time I'm going to start, as I go. So it won't take me like 5 hours to do it like it did last time. Okay. So as you can tell, I'm just alternating. So I went my teal, my fall, and orange. And now I'm on teal. So now I'm going to get my little fall row, which is right here. right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it upside down. But do you see how these are open? And I did not cut these all the way. Like, see how much I left? So I left me enough so I could have to make my inch seam. So bear with me for a minute and I will show you what we're going to do. So here's my row we're going to sew on. So I'm going to take it like this and like this. So my backs are meeting up. And you want to make sure you put it together. You can clip these. I'm sure I have some clips somewhere, but don't know where they are. But all I'm doing is I am lining these up, the back and this. And I'm going to line this up all the way across my thing. And then I'm going to sew an inch seam. Okay. Sorry if I'm moving, y'all. I'm trying to find my clips. I got some right here. Y'all, I'm sorry. Hey, a crafty market, welcome in. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to take my clip and I'm going to clip it, okay? I'm not going to clip all of them. I'm just going to get them lined up like maybe every other one. And when I go to sew, whenever I go to sew them, I'm going to make sure that the seams are open. And I'm trying to get these lined up. I might clip this one just to get started. But yeah, this is really easy, y'all. If I can do it, y'all can do it. I promise. I promise. Now, let me move this out of the way. So I'll get y'all turned to my sewing machine. I need to move my stuff. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, here's my quilt, and then I've got my bottom piece. Okay, and so we're just going to sew right down it, an inch seam. And I look on my sewing machine where it says an inch, and that's where I'm going to put it. And I'm just sewing it, and you want to make sure you line them up so they're close together. You don't want them overlapping and you don't want it too short. So I'm just going to put my pressure foot down because right here's my 1 inch seam. And I'm just going to sew. Okay. I've got this in my lap and we're just going to sew. And I'll sew these 3 on and then I'll go back and clip it. Okay. And have to adjust this because it's getting bigger. So I'm going to start and then I'm going to back stitch, okay? And I'll try to get my fingers out of the way. Okay. I want to make sure it's lined up, but I want y'all to see too. So we're just going to sew an inch just like this. And I'm pulling it from the back. So I got this clipped. So when I get closer, I can take it. Is my sewing machine too loud for y'all? And when I get over here, I'm just going to go slow, nice and slow. Take my clip off. Make sure my underneath is out. And you can go back and back stitch it to make sure. I usually do across this seam. And then you just keep sewing it, making sure it's lined up close to the top as you can. And then I've got my next one here, so I'm holding it open with my hand, and I'm just going to sew it. Make sure you're doing a straight line. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't see the comments, so if you have a question, I'll answer it, or maybe one of my moderators can. But I'm just slowly sewing it. No, ma'am, that train is not coming. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you, because y'all, I don't want it to be loud in your ears. I know I can't stand it when I get on people's lives and it's loud. Sounds like the Polar Express is coming through. So we're just going to sew it. So I'm getting to my next one. So I'm going to take my clip off. I'm going to make sure it's lined up, open. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to back tack it just to make sure. Keep it trucking. I'm sorry if y'all can't see it. I apologize. The longer your quilt is, the harder it is to have y'all see it. But I'm trying. I'll show you after I get done with it. Okay, maybe that's a little bit better for y'all. Now, like I said, I'm just nice and slow on my inch line. I'm sewing it. Come up to my last one. I'm going to take my clip off. Just nice and slow. So over this seam. And make sure this is lined up at the end. And when I get to the end here, I'm just going to back tack it, okay? So we've got that one done. Now I got to find my scissors. Here we go. So now this is how it should look that we've got it sewed on. See, right, this is the one that we just sewed on. So we're going to I'm going to do the exact same thing for the last 2 rows, okay? Does anybody have any questions? So I'm just taking my next row and I'm going to do the same thing. Lord, Linda, you a mess today. She said choo choo. Crazy. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to take it upside down and drop my scissors, my little snips. Hey Marilyn, welcome in. So I'm just sewing on my last 2 lines to my quilts. I'm just lining them up. And then I'm clipping it. We already did one together. And I'm not clipping mine all. I'm just doing like every other one, but you want to line it up as close as you can and clip it. And then I'm just going to sew an inch seam between these, making sure that my seams are open. And I did iron it, y'all. Y'all should be proud of me, because y'all know I hate to iron, right? Right. All right, so I got our next row on right here, and it's clipped. Everybody see? I know it's upside down to y'all. So I'm going to take it. I might try to fold it up some so it ain't so big so y'all can see it better, maybe. Okay, so just going to line it up on my 1-inch seam. And here we go. We've got one more after this. But thank you everybody for coming in. Whether you're on your lunch break or you have today off or just was scrolling through YouTube and seen it, I appreciate it. So I'm getting to my clip. So I'm going to make sure that my underneath seams open and my top seams open and that they're fairly lined up the same. And I'm just going to sew. And I'm going to back tack to make sure I get these seams, because whenever we go to clip it and wash it, you want to make sure they're nice and they're not going to fall apart, because that would be awful. So, and I love this fabric. I thought about keeping it, but I'm trying my best to get me an embroidery machine. So I will be selling this one once I get it done and washed, and I will post it. But if you are interested in it and would like to buy it, then you can let me know. Because my husband told me, he said, you need to quit making stuff for here. You need to be selling it. And I was like, I know, but half the time it comes out so cute and I don't want to give it away. I don't want to sell it, but I'm trying to do better and sell it and sell things, because I ain't ever going to get my embroidery machine if I don't. Oh, I do have one more thing to show y'all, but I'll show it toward the end of the live. But I'm just sewing it and I'm pulling it from the back. When I get up to my clip, take it undone, make sure they're even. It's open. And I'm slowly going over it. I'm back tacking it. I sewed one of these and it wasn't open, and I had to take it apart and open it back up. It was a mess, y'all. It was a mess. But yep, just keep sewing, and we're almost done with this one. If you was wanting to make one of these, I would say probably the longest part that it takes you to do is getting everything cut out, prepped. It don't take you that long to sew it if you stay. I could have finished this in one day, but I didn't because some of y'all wanted to see how I did it, and so that's why I kind of put it to the side so y'all could see how to do it. When I get to the end, I'm going to back tack. And then take my snips and I'm going to clip it. And then we have another one done. And then we've got our last one. And then I'll show you what we're going to do. And you got to make sure you have your fabric. If you have like a printed fabric, that it's going the right way. I know it might not look right, but you want it kind of upside down, the first quilt or the bottom part, so you can put your rows together, since you're sewing it backside to backside and not face to face. Hope that makes sense. Welcome in, Greg. Thanks for joining. I'm making a rag quilt, and everybody else that I have missed, welcome in. Thank you for hanging out with me. So our last one. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to put it up here and sew my inch seam, and then we'll move on to the next step. I'm going to make sure I get it close to the edge as I can. I'm just going to back tack. Oh, no, this quilt ain't going to act right for me now. All right, so now let's just sew it. I'm guiding it as I go, so I apologize if you can't see, but I'll try to get my fingers out of the way. So I'm going to undo my clip, make sure it's where it's supposed to, and I'm going to back tack here. And then I'm going to finish sewing. And then I'm going to slowly sew again. Now I'm just going to keep sewing till I get to my next one, and then I'm going to stop. I'm going to make sure that my seams are open, which that one wasn't, but I had to fix it. I'm going to slowly back stitch at my seam. And it's okay if your seams don't. Like I said, I had to take mine apart to get it, because here at the end we're going to clip it, and it will make your life 10 times easier when they're not sewed together. I'm just going to slowly. I say slowly, y'all, I am really slow. I'm not speeding. I know it may look like that I am, but I'm not. Slide my quilt up. Hopefully y'all can see. I'm going check it and it's together. Back tack, back stitch, whatever you want to call it. We're coming up on the last seam. Yay. So I'm going to unclip it. I'm going to double check it that it's lining up. Now it's open and it started, so I lift my presser foot. Fix my thread because it's not came out of my hoop. So now we're done. Finished sewing this, I'm gonna back tack it. Alright, so now that we're done with that, and I'm not sure where my scissors are, so I'm just going to pull it and cut it off. Now we have our quilt done. So we've got our 3 rows, our last 3 rows sewed. So now what you need to do before you clip, you can start wherever, and you want to sew an inch seam around the whole quilt. So the top, the side, the bottom, and the other side, okay? And then you can start clipping. So I'm just going to start up here somewhere, right here at the top. And also, I'm going to make sure that these are open. I mean, you don't have to, but I'm going to be clipping it, so I'm just going to keep it open. So here's my top corner, and I'm just going to start right here. So all the way around an inch seam. Everybody with me still? Hey, everybody, welcome in if I missed you. I've been sewing. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to back stitch, and then I'm just going to sew around the whole quilt, 1 inch seam. And like I said, I'm going to make sure that my seam is open. And then make sure your quilt is up here. Let's see, I might move this so I have more room. Sorry. All right, can y'all see that still? Okay, let me know if it's too loud. If it's too loud, I'll switch it back, but let me move it back now. Is that good? Is that too loud? Because I don't want it to be too loud for y'all. Okay, you can see it. All right. Is it too loud? It's fine for you, Bobby? Okay. Not too loud. Okay, thanks, Jesse. If it is, let me know. I'll try to peek down at the comments. And, I mean, I can slide it back a little bit more if it is. Okay. But hopefully not. Okay. I'm just going to sew around it. I'm going to open my seam to see how it's together. I'm going to open that up. Okay. Sew around this on one seam. And as you can tell, I've already clipped it, but I left enough so I would have enough room to sew around it 1 inch. Fix it as I go in my quilt. Is anybody doing anything while I'm sewing? And then once you get there, you can turn the corner. And that's a little bit. I can keep sewing. I always have a hard time judging. Put my needle down now. This should be, yep, perfect. So now I'm going to go down the side of my quilt. Put it up here. Come up here and I'm going to open my seam. I'm going to lift my pressure foot because I should have already had it down and I didn't. Well, hold it down. Sew it deeper than 1 inch seam. Come up here to my next one. I'm just sewing. And yeah, I am going a little faster this time. Now here comes our new row, so I'm going to open it. Move my quilt. Open up my seam. And y'all, I don't have a fancy machine by no means. I don't. It's just a cheap one from Walmart. Turn it. No, not turn it. Still sew it. Now it should be good. Now I can sew it a little bit more. I always have a hard time getting now. So now we're going to turn the corner. I'm going to take my quilt again. We're sewing the bottom part. We're getting there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting there. Yay! All right, so now I'm just going to sew across the bottom. I get to my seam, and I'm not back attaching this one. You're working on a design, time for lunch, and then laundry, bills. Yep. I got up at 5:30 and I washed 2 loads of clothes, so I got like one more load that I've got to do. But once we get this done, it's easy. It's easy. I promise. And like I said, if I can do this, anybody can do it. Because I'm still a beginner in sewing. Okay, Miss Linda's making some bags. Let's see. Turn. Nope. I'm good. A little bit more. Now I can turn it. And yay, this is the last side. And we got to get back up to the top and then we'll be done. Got to make sure my seams are open when I get there. I'll go ahead and open my seam. I'll get my finger out of the way. So I don't hurt it or stick a needle go through it, because I'm good for that. And see, I was about to roll up on me, but I stopped my machine and picked up my foot. And by the time I get done with it, clipping it, and then I have to wash it, you really won't see the seams or anything. We're coming down to the last few sections. Got this little bit and then the corner. Alright, so now I'm going to get here. I'm going to find my clippers first. I'm going to clip this where I started. Now I'm just going to backpack it. I'm going to clip it. Alrighty, so now I'm going to move the sewing machine out of the way because we're done with that. So now the fun part begins. Move y'all so y'all can, okay, see me. So You can take these scissors if you want to. I'm just taking my big scissors. So now this is where it gets messy. Okay? It does. So this is our quilt so far that we've done. We're done with it. We've got all the rows together. And now we just have to clip it. Okay? So I usually do this in the floor, so I have more room. And I may do it in the floor. So let me move y'all. Bear with me. Sorry. Okay. Can everybody see? So I'm going to start right here with this one. Can y'all see? Yes, no? Let me know. And all I'm going to do is I'm taking my scissors. And you see where I have the inch right here? The inch seam? I'm not cutting, I'm cutting, I'm going to snip near it. I'm not going to snip on it, but you're just going to make little snips. Hopefully y'all can see that. Can you see the little snips that I did? You can do ever how big you want to. Not real sure the size that I did. But I'm just going to snip all the way across the row. And I'm going to do this side too. I'm not good left-handed. So once I got that, then I can fold it together and I can snip them. So I'm going to lay this down. I can start right here. I'll start right here. And I'm just going to snip both of them together. Like every little bit. And you want to make sure you don't go all the way to your sew line. But you're just going to sit here and snip. And snip. I'm doing mine. I don't know how the distance, but not too wide, too far apart. But you're just going to sit here and snip. And then I always be careful when I get here to the end. So everybody see how I did that? I just snipped it. I know, sorry, my foot's in the way. But now that I'm coming to the corner here where the seam is, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm not doing them together because it's a little thicker. You can if you have better scissors, but mine's not too great. But I'm just going to snip like that. And then I'm just going to continue to do that on the whole row. And then I will come back and do the rest of it. So we're just going to go here and we're just going to snip, and then I got it together. I'm going to snip it. So y'all can, I'm just going to lay it down. get right here so y'all can maybe see it. So I'm going to lay it down. And I'm just going to go snip, snip, snip. I'm just snipping, okay? Like I said, if you don't want to snip them this big, that's fine. Close together, if you want to space them out, that's fine too. But that's what's going to make it look like a rag quilt, is if you snip them closer together and you have more. Because after I get done with this, and I probably won't do all this on the live because it'll take me forever. And then I'm going to take it outside and I'm going to shake it. And then I'm going to wash it twice. First time I'm going to use detergent. The second time I will not use detergent. But before I wash it a second time, I will take it outside since it's sunny here today. Thank goodness. You know, here in North Carolina, we've had so much snow. I'm over it. Like, I've had my share of snow. It can go on to somebody else. They can share the love. But move y'all so y'all can just see. I'm just snipping these corners, or snipping the edge parts right here. Because I think it makes it easier whenever I'm trying to put them together. If I go ahead and I can be able to do that. But we're just going to snip, snip, snip. But hopefully you get the idea of how to do the cutting part to make it look ragged. You just snip, snip, snip. Easy like that. So I'll do one more, and then I've got something else to show y'all. That I meant to show you before I started. And it just dawned on me. Hey, you forgot to show them this that I did. But just taking it and snip, snip, snip. This part takes me a little bit longer because I'm not fast with it. But hopefully, like I said, you get the idea of how to do it. And it don't really matter if one's longer than the other, because mine are. The blocks are. But by the time you wash it twice and you dry it, you shouldn't be able to tell it at all. So I'll finish this row. With y'all, and again, thank you for coming in. Hope you've learned something by me showing you on how to do a rag quilt. But if you have any questions, feel free to put them below the video, and I'll be happy to answer them. But it just takes time, and you can get one of these done in a day. I have, like I said, my first one that I did, I started on New Year's Day because I told myself I'm going to do a project. It's a new year, new day, New Year's Day. and I want to get something done. So I did a quilt. I got all the clipping. I got the sewing done, the clipping done. When I was, well, I didn't go outside and shake it because it was cold. But I got everything done except for washing it and drying it. But it can be done in a day. I promise it can be, because I did it. You just have to work, stay steady, and work, but it can be done. Okay? So when I get here to the end, I'm going to be clipping this anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and clip it. And it don't matter which way you clip it. I mean, you can clip it this way or you can clip it the other way. I'm just clipping it this way for the simple fact. And then you just go clip, 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 clip. And if you're using felt, you might want to get a color that will go along with your quilt. I got, like I said, this kind of bluish, lightest bluish color, which it's got that color in the scarecrow, on the scarecrow around the scarf on the girl. So luckily it matched, because I was doing something else with it and I was like, shoot. I was like, I hope this matches, because if not, guess what? It's going to match today. But that's all you do. And then I'm going to finish that. I'm going to finish going around. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Let's see if I can find it. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know where my, here we go. Okay, sorry. I shut my computer. It shut. So, and I'll show you. So for the side, I'm just going to go, and you're just going to clip, 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 clip. And you're going around the whole entire quilt. So that's how you would do the sides. And I'll post it. I will post a picture of it before I wash it so y'all can see. But yeah, so that's all I'm going to finish doing, is going around and clipping that. So yes, we're back. Yay. So one other thing before I get off here, I appreciate everybody coming in and spending an hour with me, a little over an hour. Like I said, I hope you have learned something. Yes, I was on the floor. Yes, Linda. I like being on the floor, I guess. So I think Marilyn had a video up, and she made a little shaker tag. And y'all know me, I don't have an embroidery machine yet, but I'm getting there. And I said, I'm gonna try this with my sewing machine because I think I can do it. So I made two. So the first one is this one that I made. I used glitter instead of like the, what do you call the other stuff? I mean, it still moves, but it's glitter. So I used the faux leather, falk leather, however you want to say it. So that's on the back. And then the same, I used a light pink. And for the K, I used just iron-on vinyl for the K. And then I put a plastic. I found some plastic at Hobby Lobby. And this is a 4x4. So I cut everything on my Cricut. And how I got these glue together was I just used regular school glue, the purple kind of glue. That's all I did. So that's that one, which I think is really cute. I've got to make a little hole for it. And the other one, some of y'all probably know, and I put a little bit too many little hearts in here because you can't really see it. But look, I made me a cow one. So, but yeah. And then that's the back of it. Cow print, and it's faux leather. So yeah, and this one moves a little bit better, as you can see. But like I said, I think I put too many in here. So I'm going to try it again because I got to work on this. It's not perfect, but hey, I tried. Jennifer, so I will be selling that quilt. This will be the second one that I've done. The first one I did because I really want to try it out. And it turned out good. So I was happy with it. But I will be selling this one. If you're interested in it, once I get done, I'll post pictures of the finished project. You can let me know. But is anybody else having questions? But I mean, I'm learning now. Like I said, I'm slow, baby beginner in sewing. I have made multiple quilts, but I really wanted to do the right quilt. So, and I was like, well, you want to do it, go for it. So I did it. So now I'm doing a second one. But yes, so I will be selling it if anyone is interested. Just keep your eye out for it. So, but thank you everybody for hanging out with me. And can y'all see my little calendar? I know it's on February. Y'all see my Highland cows? Ain't they cute? Look, it's the mama and the baby. So cute. But thank y'all everybody for joining me. Hopefully you learned something. And if you have any questions, feel free to post in the comments below. And if you've not hit the like button, please hit it. If you've not hit the subscribe button, please hit that also. And we will see y'all next Monday. Not sure what I'm going to do, but I'll think of something. If you have any ideas, please let me know also. And I'm sure I will see y'all in the YouTube streets. And just make sure that we're being kind to everybody because you don't know what everybody's been through. But just be kind, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Thanks, everybody. Hope you have a good week.